Welcome to the Curious Head channel. Here you will find a variety of interesting facts and amazing stories on a variety of topics. Subscribe now so you don't miss any updates. As human beings have progressed and our societies have transformed, many cultural aspects have undergone modifications. One of these aspects, without a doubt, is the cuisine, which has adapted to the new technologies that have emerged in the world and evolved to please the contemporary palate. However, it is surprising to see that certain cultures still maintain the habit of consuming some delicacies considered bizarre, which appeared as meals centuries ago. Has this curiosity awakened you? So, check out now a list of 5 foods from the ancient world that are still appreciated, and stay with us until the end. 1. Baked flamingo. Among the most popular protein sources in the modern world, chicken meat stands out, mainly due to its more affordable price compared to beef. However, poultry consumption goes beyond chicken in many parts of the world. Surprisingly, in some regions it is common to consume roasted flamingos. But how did it come about? Consumption of braised flamingo was a dish reserved only for the wealthiest in ancient Rome. This recipe has become a symbol of status and power. Interestingly, nowadays, in some markets in China and Thailand, you can find flamingo meat being sold openly. Now that you've discovered more about this quirky food habit, let's continue exploring other bizarre foods from the ancient world that are still enjoyed. Don't miss the next items on this intriguing list. 2. Ram testicles. In ancient Iceland, one of the favorite dishes of the inhabitants was sour mutton testicles. To prepare this recipe, cooks carefully washed the animal organs, removed the outer membranes and boiled them. Then the testicles were preserved for several months, allowing them to reach a certain level of acidity before being consumed. Interestingly, this tradition had a resurgence in Iceland in the late 1950s. If you decide to visit the region, chances are you'll find pickled mutton testicles being sold on supermarket shelves. This is just one of the bizarre foods from the ancient world that is still enjoyed in some cultures. Stay with us to discover other intriguing and surprising examples. 3. Garum. Have you ever heard of the garum? This is the name given to a sauce made from fish fermented in the sun in a clay pot, adding spices such as dill, coriander, and other herbs. This recipe was quite popular in ancient Rome, being compared to the ketchup of our ancestors. Although the process of making garum has changed over the years as it has spread to other regions of the world, fish sauce has survived for several centuries and is still enjoyed in some parts of the world. As we make our way through the list of bizarre foods from the ancient world that are still eaten, you'll be amazed at the diversity of tastes and cooking practices that existed in the past. Stay with us to explore more fascinating examples. 4. Dormouse. Can you imagine having a rat barbecue? This practice was almost a reality in ancient Rome. At that time, families had the custom of cooking arniganes, a rodent from the Gliridae family. Although these animals are smaller than common rats, they represented a serious pest, capable of invading farms and ruining crops. Despite this, dormouse meat was highly prized. Although it has lost popularity over time, it is still considered a traditional dish in Croatia and Slovenia, where the capture of these animals is a great tradition and an important event during the year. As we explore the bizarre foods of the ancient world that are still enjoyed, we realize the diversity of culinary habits that existed in the past and that continue to amaze us even today. Stay with us to discover more intriguing examples. 5. Earth. It's true that many of us had that friend who was known to eat dirt when we were kids, right? However, the intentional consumption of earth, soil, or clay is called geophagy and was first documented in ancient Greek and Roman texts. Surprisingly, this is a problem that still affects populations in many countries around the world. The reasons why people believe they need to eat earth vary widely, from the belief that it can improve stomach problems to the idea that it can protect against disease. However, the curious thing is that there is no scientific evidence to prove any health benefits arising from the consumption of these elements. As we reach the end of this journey through the bizarre foods of the ancient world that are still enjoyed, it becomes evident how our ancestors had habits and tastes different from ours. Subscribe to the channel and leave your comment. A big hug and see you next time.